can capture your screen just by collecting the mere signals leaking from your HDMI cable. Windows 10 will live till 2030, but with a catch, and PlayStation 4 emulation scene develops, coming up in RH News episode 5. First up, the researchers in Uruguay have developed an AI model that can reconstruct the signals leaking from the HDMI cables into a feed. Federico LaRocca and his team used antennas outside buildings to capture the leaking electromagnetic radiation. They then used an AI model by giving it the original capture of the screen. The reconstructed output from the AI was then improved by comparing it to the original feed. The results were fed into the model and the entire method ran in a loop. In addition, a text recognition software was used to compare the two feeds. As of now, 30% of the characters were misinterpreted, translating into 70% of accurately captured characters. Mr. LaRocca has insisted that the error rate is low enough for the model to still be extremely useful, and I agree. Okay, so let's look at a few things here. The consistency rate can definitely be improved by doing more repetitions or using other methods. People with personal computers and laptops don't need to worry, as the entire ordeal requires a very elaborate setup, but it could affect you depending on your situation and circumstances. The capture can be done several meters away, but remember, this whole thing can be further optimized by having many signal repeaters set up in a strategic way. Tom's Hardware article mentions NSA's SOP that goes through avoiding this kind of situation. Moving on, Microsoft recently announced that it'll be ending support for Windows 10 in October 2025. If you want to get support after that, it'll cost you $61 per PC. For businesses, the first year is $61 and then it'll be doubled and given to the next person. The second year will cost $122 and third year will be $244. But Zero Patch, a software update company, has recently revealed that they will be supporting Windows up until 2030. The normal version will be free, but the Pro and Enterprise versions will cost €25 and €35 respectively. That's honestly amazing. They even said that if there's enough demand, they can take Windows 10 beyond 2030. But let's address the elephant in the room. Can you trust Zero Patch? It's a tricky question. The consensus is Microsoft is the official vendor, so they are trustworthy. I think that is true, but to a certain extent. Remember their poorly thought out Windows recall feature? The company was founded in 2014, so it has been operating for over 10 years, and I couldn't find any instance of malicious practice or anything shady. In fact, there were a number of times when they fixed a major security flaw before Microsoft did. I totally get the security concerns, and there will be some risk present at all times, but I like the idea of having another option. Personally, I will be using their services, but it might come down to each individual or organization. And finally, Shad PS4, a PlayStation 4 emulator, is emulating a number of games, and it even hit the intro screen of Bloodborne. For now, the developers are focusing on accuracy and not performance, so we might have to wait a little bit longer. But I remember other emulators like Switch and RPCS3 started off that way, but they were able to do performance and accuracy in parallel, where applicable of course. So it's very exciting. Also, MVG said it's not opening floodgates for PS4 emulation. I disagree as an optimist. I think we're finally gonna see these emulators do huge leaps very soon. Also, I do hope that all of these PlayStation 4 emulators currently in development get to reach the stable release. But if we're being realistic, not all of them might be able to do that. Getting time, money, equipment, resources, and help are some aspects to consider. Before we close this news roundup, I made a short addressing PlayStation 4 jailbreak using LG Smart TV, in which I miscredited the jailbreak to Michael Crump. It should have been Codeine and LeBranco. 1,000 apologies for the mix-up. Please check their project on GitHub, link is in the description. Well, that's it for the latest news, guys. Tune in next time when we discuss what the is going on with Intel. Thanks for your support. Please like and subscribe because...
Wow, this is a toughie. On one hand, I would love to get some spiders in those buttholes.
This is Rogue Hat. Catch you guys later.